Greetings everyone. As you saw on the thumbnail, we got quite a lot of PSA cards to go through. They are finally back from Graded Gem. They've been on their journey to and from PSA since August of 2020, which I guess for middlemen is pretty normal, since PSA do seem to throw a half a year or something middleman tax onto the return time, but nevertheless they are here. And we'll start off with the strongest, or one of the strongest portions of the entire return, the modern Japanese promos. If you saw my first mail opening video, you probably already know this card, or you do just by default. It's a Sapporo Pikachu, and it's got the beautiful grade of 10, which I'm very happy with. Like I said, it's one of my favorite modern promos, probably my favorite. You look at them playing in the snow. Could you not like that? Next up, we got not one, not two. We got actually two Mega Tokyo Pikachus. These aren't too easy to find anymore in absolutely mint condition. Yeah, both of these are just in gem mint condition. I expected it when I sent them off. I'm very happy. We have a couple of flower Pikachus. Similarly, these have been more available in the past. These are from 2018. But still, with the 2020 craze, the availability did drop off pretty steep. Yeah, I'm very happy all three of these got the 10 as well. By the way, I am not reacting to the grades the first time. I already looked through these cards once or twice and I sleeved them already, but that was only 2 or 3 days ago, so the reactions are still pretty fresh, hopefully. Which is why I am incredibly excited about these next ones. These are 2016 prize cards from the Pokemon Center Mega Battle, as it reads abbreviated as always on the PSA label right there. They are very hard to find. I bought these, I think 2019 maybe, which then they weren't as known and the availability was still much better. But yeah, this pair got a 10, this pair got a 10, and we got a third one. Incredible. I mean, I sent these off expecting very nice grades again, but especially in relation to today, where, like I said, availability and condition did drop off significantly. This is just pretty cool. And if you didn't have enough proof already that I did not buy these cards recently and they've been in PSA's grading for a long time, we have 3 Mario Pikachus that all received a 10. These cards were, well, I don't even remember, like maybe $50 to $100 in 2018. It's insane, especially compared to today. Luigi was half of that. Like I remember having a Luigi in my eBay watch list that rose from $50 to $60 to $70 very slowly, and then 2020 came and yeah, everything went crazy, as you know. Insane. I'm happy. That's all I can say. And finally, a 2008 Pikachu Pokemon Center promo. As you can guess, not easy to find mint. Probably on the weaker side of the 10, but still very much in 10 range. It's got a tiny bit of whitening. I was at least hoping for 9, but yeah, I think the 10 is still very fair, especially with the centering. And of course, it started raining while filming, so I hope the light will stay sufficient. I will probably just grab the next few cards one by one, because the themes aren't as large as the modern promos right here. Still though, 20th anniversary Charizard, PSA 10. Japanese average condition is better, so I was hoping for a 10, I got it, very nice. PSA 9 Shining Mew from Shining Legends. Very lovely card, very lovely holo. Was hoping for a 10, I'm not sure what defect they, probably the centering, right? Yeah, it's gotta be the centering. Amazing Rare Rayquaza, wherever you pronounce it. Love Amazing Rares, I think this is the best one. The Japanese white border really complements the white background. I think in English the yellow border like this doesn't fit as well. I don't have an English card nearby, but if you agree, you agree. Great condition. And I sent off a Samazenta. Zacian. It's a Zacian. Is it Zacian? 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 Moving on. Taking the spot of the lowest grade of the submission so far is going to be this Glurak. Charizard, German, PSA 6. It's alright, I expected nothing less pretty much. It's got a bit of whitening down there. Yeah, It's alright. Better than that, a Japanese PSA 8 Charizard. Look at that beautiful holo. This one does look pretty much gem mint, condition-wise, but the centering, as you can see on the back and the front, probably, especially the front, probably dinged it a grade or two. So yeah, still pretty cool. And continuing the base set cards, we have a German Chanera, Chansey, first edition holo. I prefer the Japanese holo, to be honest, but still pretty beautiful. It's got that 3D effect. Back's alright as well. I think a 7 is fairly harsh. Probably it's got some sort of little edge dent or bend that they treated pretty harshly. But yeah, those are the base set cards. Continuing the modern promos, we got some Scream cards. The Rowlet, the only Rowlet I sent off, got a 10. Pretty happy with that. Rowlet is pretty easy to grade and also maybe the less desirable one of the little trio, of the cheaper trio. Still, of course, happy with it. We have a Psyduck, it's got a 9. The centering is usually the issue with the Psyducks, probably also with this one, because the average condition of the Scream promos when you buy them is still pretty good. They only got more expensive, of course. We have a second Psyduck. This one's got a 10. The centering is a little bit better, though if you look at both of these, I mean, the centering is pretty similar between the 9 and the 10, so who knows, maybe it's just the I'm doing my job tags that the grader put on there, but I don't mind. 2 10s are very good for a Psyduck, because all the versions I sent off were fairly off-center, so. And so of course, after these 2 10s, we have 2 9s left with, again, pretty similar centering. I think this one's got the worst, but I think the average grade on these is very nice. 2 10s, I'm happy with that. And to finish off the Scream promos, we got an Eevee and a PSA 10. Also, very cool artwork. It's probably my favorite of the 3, as it is for many people probably. Yeah. I did also send off some Cardass cards, specifically the starter trio, Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise. I think with Cardass cards, the grade they get is somewhat of a gamble. Like, the Cardass cards have an edge that is pretty bent up by default. It's hard to show on camera, but if you handled Cardass cards before, you know it. I feel like it's pretty dependent on the grader, how they treat those edges that the Cardass cards just have by default, like I said. But a Near Mint 7 is still Near Mint, right? So I think this is great. The card I was hoping for a better grade on is this one right here. Yeah, like I said, it's probably a case of the edge is a bit too bent for the grader, so they dinged the grade to a 6. I think it's got the same condition as the other ones. Especially this one, I expected like the best grade of all of them on this, so yeah. It's also an anime collection card. These have a different bag or from a different release. Maybe that makes a difference, but like I said, grading these is a gamble of sorts, so this is to be expected. Now, if you stuck around until now, you will bear witness to the most juicy part of this video probably. We will get started with the Versus Charizard I shared in my Instagram story. Very happy with this one. I sent a couple non-holo older Japanese cards off, which I wasn't sure what to expect. I am very happy with the results, starting with this. Gem and 10, what more can you ask for? It's a very beautiful card too. Very beautiful condition. Similarly, the Versus Dragonite. I just like the Versus artworks overall. They are so dark, right? The color scheme, these are both from Kusube. I just like the dark style, the dark vibes they give off. The Typhlosion too, I had in my mail video. Next up, this Pikachu card here is part of a 2-card set. I can... where's my finger? I can put it on the screen right here. Larvitar's hiding behind the hedge right here. It's I love the cards that tell a story, like the little 2 or 3 card sets. This is one of them. Not easy to grade. They come inside of a paper envelope, like the Anna promos, for example. So they are very prone to damage right from the get-go. So obviously, I'm very glad this one got a 10. And to finish things off, we have a Pichu Bros promo. Very cute, looking into the stars. 2 stars sparkling for 2 Pichus. Not easy to grade once again. It's an old It's a new bag, but an old Japanese promo. This one comes sealed inside of a transparent wrapper, so sometimes it's got wrapper damage, sometimes you can't see the damage on the card through the wrapper. So it's not easy to buy these raw and grade them, sealed or inside of a collection or whatever. So again, the grade, the 10, I'm just very glad overall. Now for some more Japanese curiosities, we have a Koromew. I think most of you will probably know this card already. It's one of the most popular cards. I think it's got the most beautiful holo style there is. Only present on a few cards like the Master Scroll, the Koromew. It's got that double holo layer of Cosmos Holo behind the art, and then over the entire card, these sparkles right here that are a bit hard to show off on camera, but you probably know them. If you don't have a Koromew yet, what are you even doing collecting Pokemon cards, for real? This next one, it's once again one of the most unique Japanese cards there are, or Pokemon cards overall. It's got 3 artworks in one. It's the Lenticular Deoxys. You probably get the vibe already that I'm a sucker for exclusive cards or like anything that's special that you don't find in sets. 3 in 1. What a deal. Viewing the juice. We got a Gem 10 Mewtwo Game Boy promo. Like I said, I'm so happy with some of these grades, especially like cards like these. They are not easy to grade whatsoever. This is an old back card too, so the centering on the back isn't as important as on the front, so I'm very glad it's still got a 10 despite obviously being a bit off center here. But the front is very nice. It's a bit behind the PSA holder here, so it looks more off center than it actually is. Just a beautiful holo too. It's very happy. Did I say I'm happy already? I don't know if I repeat myself enough. And so finishing it off, these are Players Club promos. Ho-Oh and Lugia EX. 2 sequential Gem 10s. Always nice to have in a mini set like that. Yeah, the second Ho-Oh for good measure, which is very nice. Again, all of these got 10s, obviously. I don't know, I tried to grade them sequentially, obviously. I don't know if it's supposed to be like this. Ho-Oh and Lugia rising from the same spot or like opposing each other. The numbering suggests that this is the correct order, which is the one I prefer, but I saw people grade them the other way around. I don't know. What do you prefer? But Bernd, where are the Worlds cards, I hear you say? And here they are. Here they start. With a 2005 Tropische Flutwelle, yeah, the German version. I think my ultimate goal for the Worlds cards will just be to have 1 artwork of each. I started collecting the staff cards, or just the best versions of every single year I can find, like top 16, etc. At the start, when I started in 2018-19, but the cards got so expensive already, especially like the staff cards too. It's just the cheapest stamped option. So I think the more realistic goal is to collect just the artwork like this, because the stamped version of this one is probably already in the thousands. They aren't easy to grade. I think an 8 is very, very alright for the personal collection, so I just want this slapped. Same reason why I got this one, the 2012 Tropical Wind or Tropischer Strand. I just wasn't going to chase the staff stamp anymore. If you got the means and if it's a fitting percentage of your whatever net worth, collection worth, then go for it, because they are one of the coolest cards in the entire hobby. But it's not for me anymore. I'm happy with just having the art slapped. And of course happy with what's to come, because I did buy some staff and up cards the years before, which have now finally returned, like this 2015 staff stamped Champions Festival card. Near Mint 8 is very fair for these. From the same year we have a top 16 version. If you don't know, the way these rank up is from staff to top 32, top 16, quarterfinalist, semi-finalist, finalist, and champion. Finalist was actually the highest ranking version of these cards up until 2011. When 2012 came around with this artwork right here, they introduced the champion version and gave those to the to the champions of the different competitions that they held at Worlds. So anyway, a top 16 in near Mint 8 is a very nice card to have, as is a Mint 9, in this case 2017. Very cool artwork once again. It always ties into the city that the Worlds competition is held in. And if you recognize this side arc right here specifically, it might be because it's my profile picture on E4. Don't we all feel like this guy sometimes in life? Now, fittingly, saving the best card for last, we have the Gem 10 2019 Staff Champions Festival. This is the final card they gave out before the pandemic started, obviously. This year it will be held in London, the championships will be, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. Just another quick look at the artwork close up. It's probably the busiest artwork of all Worlds cards because it has some of the older artworks inside of it, which is such a cool idea. In my experience, this 2019 version, especially for staff cards, does have the best average condition, so it's not that hard to grade in a 10, like judging by just the pop report. But still, very nice to have. It's a Worlds staff card in gem in 10 condition. Now, before we get to the final few cards of this video, I would like to show you these 3 cards. You might have seen before in an English set because they have been reprinted as Japanese cards with special release often are, just in sets as commons and uncommons. These have been released in the Can You Name All Pokemon CD in Japan. There have been multiple Can You Name All Pokemon CDs from different generations. This one black and white, obviously, 2011. They got this stamp down here that obviously references the release again. And yeah, they are probably by definition niche of a niche because they aren't prize cards. They have one-to-one reprints of the artworks. They aren't hollow. The only special thing is literally the stamp right here. But if you do want to collect them and get like a gem in 10 grade, you will find out these are incredibly hard to find in any condition near mint or better. The fact that even back then probably no one cared enough about them to preserve them in any good condition, it only makes them harder to chase now. So if you do want to chase them, good luck. Starting the finish off strong, we have a Timpole Battle Carnival prize card. You probably don't know the Pokemon, you might not know the Battle Carnival, and you probably didn't know that this is a prize card, but all of these things are true. It is a gem in 10. I will continue to show this card until I don't even know what my goal is, but I will continue to do so. And now after the prize cards you probably have seen before, starting off with a Palace book in PSA 9 condition. This has the mirror holofoil that a lot of the more modern Japanese prize cards have. It's very shiny in person, a bit harder to show on camera, especially through the PSA case and sleeve. Doesn't show as well on scans too, because it misses the stars that some of the other cards have. Anyway, I do like it. It has this non-hollow stamp right here that probably references the release and the placement. Mint 9. Very good. And we also have a 10 version. I am not entirely sure what makes this card a 10 and this a 9. Perhaps the centering, maybe I missed like a very minor scratch or something, or again, maybe it's just the 9 to 10 tax they apply from time to time. Continuing the theme of prize cards, we have a 2014 XY gym medal, early XY era. Also just a nice prize card. This medal itself is hollow as well. Once again, shows better in person. Obviously very, very happy with the grade. I expected 9s to 10s on all of these, and that's what I got. Except for this one. What would a PSA return of 70 cards, bulk tier, 1.5 years transit time be without a probably damaged in encapsulation process card? I'm not sure if this shows on camera right there on the top edge. I am almost 100% certain that this wasn't this way when I sent it off, because it's right there where the PSA holder would damage the card if you inserted it the wrong way. Yeah. So yeah, kids, this is why you take good photos of your cards before you send them off to PSA, so that issues like this can be resolved, especially when not using middlemen, but sending the cards yourself. But rest assured, we do have a 9 Palace Belt Hollow prize card. Hashtag belt me. I am happy with the grade. I was hoping for a 10, obviously. Having a 10 Palace Belt is like, besides the Koro Mew, it's one of the things every collector obviously should have. Like, who cares about the Master Scroll? This is the real deal. This has the stars inside of the mirror foil. It's a very beautiful hollow. Yeah, go get yourself a Palace Belt, that's all I can say. So anyway, this is finally it right now, with a little personal favorites collection sitting right here. I would like to thank you for sticking around through the whole video if you did. You can check out my mail opening video right here, and yeah, stick around for new videos because I will continue to do them. So yeah, tschüss.